I cannot tolerate those types of behavior. They're afraid of losing you, especially if you're the type of person that really shows off that you can be with another woman. They have a reason to get jealous. They would really be fussing. They would really argue with you, why are you not transparent? But for Filipinos that are already exposed with your culture, it's okay for them.
Welcome to our YouTube channel.
My name is Ismi.
It's me, Roger,
And welcome to
Roger&Ismi Vlogs.
So today's subject, Filipino traits that they cannot get rid of.
Before we start, again, salamat sa inyong pagigugma o pagsuporta sa among channel.
Thank you so much for your love and support, guys. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell for new uploads or new videos.
Now, one of our subscribers made a comment and asked this question. Can you please read his question?
So the comment goes like this. It's from Scott. I am sure that you have a lot of Filipino subscribers. With that, I think you all should talk about tampo, little white lies, jealousy, living on their phones, and insecurity with their foreigner partner. I have been to the Philippines and planning on coming back with a different attitude. I will screen hard for the right Filipino woman.
So we have to answer that one by one so that you will understand what are these traits of Filipinas that they cannot get rid of.
Yes, so the famous one is sulking or tampo. Even Filipinos sulk too. It's a trait that we cannot really change.
Yeah, it's already built in.
Yes, maybe you're thinking, guys, that how immature. I cannot tolerate those types of behavior.
Maybe you will say that I need to find someone that she will never do tampo or sulking.
Yeah, there are 1 to 10 rates for sulking. So we have number 1, which is they just sulk a little bit and they're okay after a few seconds.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also extreme.
Yeah, extreme tampo, which is number 10. That you cannot understand them at all. So there are Filipinos like that. All you need to do is really know her behavior. So for me, I'm the type of Filipina that is, I can sulk few seconds. I don't really talk a little bit sometimes, but afterwards I want to know what's the reason behind this argument, and I want to know what's the main problem. So that's the type of Filipina I am. I guess I would rate myself as 3. Yeah.
So now, if you are in a relationship with the Filipinas, you have to expect that you will encounter that kind of trait.
Yes. How about you? How do you rate yourself when it comes to tampo?
8.
8. So Roger is a solid 8, guys. So again, it's built in our system already. So the only thing that you can do is you need to communicate with your Filipina that you don't want this type of behavior. You want her to directly say what's the main problem, why is she sulking? Because it's pretty hard. Like, you're not a fortune teller. I can understand you guys because again, Roger is an 8. So
8 inches.
He's a solid 8 for tampo. So I'm not a fortune teller. So I really understand what you are experiencing when it comes to your Filipina. The only thing is they just need space. So for those 8, 9, 10, give them space. That's it.
Yeah, and maybe you can ask her, can you change this behavior for us to have a better relationship? Well, it's hard for her to change. Maybe she can change sooner or later, but at first, it's pretty hard.
It's pretty hard indeed. There are cases that they would change on the initial stage, or they would change and previously you say to them that you don't like this type of behavior, but afterwards sulking would come back.
Yeah, because that's already her trait or personality. So it's pretty much harder for her to change and control herself or emotion.
Yes, because most Filipinos don't want to argue. They don't want to argue because for them, it's really hard in the ear. It's noisy for them, and a lot of people would know that you're arguing. That's the reason why they would just be giving you the silent treatment because they don't want to argue.
Yeah, like me.
True.
So just be silent, and then after how many hours, so you can talk to her.
Yes. Next is little white lies.
Yeah, well, this is really common for Filipinos, not just Filipinas, but also Filipinos, because very rare for Filipinas and Filipinos that they can be straightforward or frank. So instead of using rude words or unpolite words, we have to use white lies in order for us not to hurt someone's emotion or feelings.
We always think about people's emotion. We always think if we will offend them in any way. That's just how Filipinos work. We don't like to be impolite in front of someone, even though we are already close to each other. And in order for us to cover up being impolite, we would need to use our white lies.
Right. So yeah, that's very common for Filipinos. Yes.
Yes. Next is using the phone too much.
Well. I can see, and we can really notice
Yes.
that we spend our time
Social
using
media.
your phone or scrolling different websites or social media.
That's
And
true.
that's one thing that I can say is not good, because you are putting yourself into, I can say, risk, because instead of giving your time to your family or your husband, you don't have time anymore because you are too focused on your phone.
It's true. Instead of being productive of that day, instead of getting a lot of exercise for that day, because here in the Philippines, you sweat a lot because of summer, because it's always hot. So being productive is a must. But if you're the type of Filipina that would use your phone often, no, it would give you health issues and emotional damage too.
Right. So use your time wisely as well. And if you have like problem with that, then you can also ask your Filipina, can you please put your phone or leave your phone, give me time, or give your family time.
Yes, because at a young age for Filipinas, most of us don't have phones. That's the reason why if we have a phone, a lot of people would be allured by using it. They would think that using the phone most of the time can give them entertainment, which is quite the opposite, I'm afraid, because social media can give you emotional damage. At the same time, it can also give you negativity towards yourself because you're comparing your situation with others. You are envying others that they experience this and that.
Yeah, a lot of things that you may see online.
Next is jealousy. So, jealousy is still common, of course. If you can rate yourself in terms of jealousy, 1 to 10, how do you
4.
rate yourself for?
Yeah. I'm not a jealous guy.
Yes. So again, guys, there is a rating for jealousy for Filipinas. There are extreme, and there are also Filipinas that don't really care at all.
All right. So now it depends on the situation. Because
Yes.
there are Filipinos, they're showing or feel this jealousy because they're so much in love with you.
Yes, and they're afraid of losing you, especially if you're the type of person that really shows off that you can be with another woman, they have a reason to get jealous.
Yeah. And you have to consider her emotion also, or reaction why she's doing that.
True. And there are also Filipinas that are really extreme, that even though you're just talking to another woman, just nothing at all, they get jealous instantly. Like just a bit of a snap, she would say, "Why did you talk to that person? Do you know her?" Like that. So she would be a detective right away. She wants to know what are your conversation.
Yeah, she will investigate you, and that would be irritating for sure.
True. And especially if she's the type of person that would check your phone. Yes. And that's built in for us because once we are in a relationship, Filipinas, we give our passwords. We are transparent with our partner, which is difficult for you guys to adapt to our culture because of course you have your privacy.
True.
For us, we cannot understand that sometimes because you're already in a relationship. Why are you not transparent with me?
Yeah, especially if you are in a relationship for how many years, then for Filipinos, that period of time, you'll be transparent of everything.
True. Like from your head until your toes. But of course, for Filipinos that aren't exposed with other culture, they would really be fussing. They would really argue with you, why are you not transparent? But for Filipinos that are already exposed with your culture, it's okay for them. They know already that you have your own privacy. The same as us, we're already exposed with other nationalities, so we know that they always keep their privacy.
Yeah, and jealousy also will always apply to a relationship. And the other thing that Filipinas can get rid of is insecurity also. So
Yes.
maybe you will ask, what is the difference between jealousy and insecurity? Because here in the West, it would be same meaning,
That's
but
true.
here in the Philippines is totally different. Insecurity here in the Philippines is way of you, like, say for example, you don't own that kind of thing. Since you're poor, I'm secure, I'm like that, my skin is like that, this and that.
So insecurities is like physical appearance or things that you don't have. Those are insecurities for us. Jealousy is way of saying that you love that person and you don't want other women to communicate with him. So again, there are extreme jealousy and there are jealousy that they don't really care at all.
Right.
Yes. So for insecurities, there are Filipinas that would really feel insecure, especially if their partner is a foreigner. Because we're talking a lot of women that is really, really interested in you. Like all eyes on you. Especially if you're the type of guy that is like physically blessed. So of course, all eyes of women would be towards you.
Yeah, and that's one thing that you need to put in your mind also, that your Filipina will be keep on eyeing on you, and at the same time, she will do her best to make you like say that you're the only woman that I really like or love.
Yeah, you're the only woman that is in my eyes, babe.
So don't be insecure to others.
Yes, but Filipinas would always be insecure, especially if you talk and say hi to a booby type of female and she doesn't have boobs, she's
Yeah.
just flat. So she would compare, oh my God, even though you would not just stare at that woman, you're just staring at her in front of her. She would just like, you mingle with her all the time, you talk to her, even though you don't say that, oh, I'm not physically attracted to that type of woman. She would always compare herself because that's her insecurities.
That's right. And my advice is use white lies. Apply white lies.
You don't really need to say a lie. If you truly love her and you know that she's the perfect one for you, yeah, You can just apply what you like about her.
That's the thing they can learn here in the Philippines. You know how to make white lies.
Yeah, especially when it comes to physical attributes that
Yeah.
other women have and you don't have.
Maybe, let's say, for example, you see someone that is pretty sexy, courageous, and then you're
Curvy.
yeah, and then your Filipina is there, but in the end, it would say, but you are more like prettier and sexier among all.
If you're the type of guy that would compare other women to her, of course she would really feel insecure. Like you would compare like her height towards her. She's tall. Of course I would feel insecure, especially that's the only trait that I don't have. Yeah, I'm not tall. So that's how Filipinas work, guys. We hope that this is informative for you. And thank you so much for watching till the end. And we hope to see you in our next vlog. No hate.
Just love.
Bye.
Bye.